Thank you very much to the MC. Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all the distinguished guests, the mayors of JB and Iskandar Putri, and my friend from Kulim, as well as the town planner from Penang and the CEO for Esri Malaysia. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer for giving us this opportunity to share our initiatives and perhaps the opportunity to benchmark against other best practices in this forum in our pursuit to be a better organization or world-class organization. As the outline suggests, I will be focusing on 4 areas related to land administration that covers my topic this morning, the next generation of land administration, with some highlights on the mechanics of the system. Land and Survey Department, briefly as highlighted by our Yang Berhormat Mayor of Johor Bahru just now, consists of 4 main branches, i.e. survey, land, valuation, planning, supported by other sub-branches, as usual the administration office, enforcement, and the ICT team to complement the whole processes. This organization or institution, we are blessed to have a very motivated manpower people that, guided by our process and procedure, that form part of our governance and integrity part, not only the people, but the system that backed by legal framework that giving us a house, what we call land and survey. Of course, operation of this system is coordinated by the technology that none other than the software that supported us. Thank you to Esri for giving us a reliable and consistent software that we are working at. Like the saying, to know us better is to love us hopefully better. Allow me to share this video of land and survey.
Land administration, and in particular their core cadastral components, are an important infrastructure which facilitates the implementation of land use policies. In Sarawak, land are administered and managed in accordance with the government development policies which would benefit the people in tandem with the aspiration of the state. Land and Survey Department is the sole authority in Sarawak in providing professional advice and services such as land administration, valuation, planning and survey matters to both the public and private sectors. As part of information dissemination exercise, a dialogue with the people affected by the development is mandatory and is organized with emphasis on land issues pertaining to Native Customary Rights (NCR) to ensure that they are aware of their rights and to explain the importance of the project. For most part, the government uses this opportunity to explain the development programs planned for the area and how adamant the authority is to protect the people's well-being and ensure that the process of land alienation is efficient, systematic, and fair. In general, land policies are geared to ensure that land is managed and administered to the best advantage and to generate economic benefit to state and the people, having due regards to planned development. Land acquisition is necessary to enable the implementation of government development projects for the benefit of the Rakyat. Fair and reasonable compensation in accordance with the Land Code is paid to the affected landowners. A progressive and sustained development is a result of effective agent. As an agency to facilitate development, Land and Survey Department is a manifestation of clockwork efficiency. It is a dynamic department, modern and agile, and with core branches interactive under one roof. To further enhance the quality of the service delivery system, the department is the first to adopt the One Department, One System concept by harnessing the power of information and communication technology (ICT) in the management of land. The utilization of modern technology ensures a comprehensive, reliable and integrated land information system to cope with the demanding public. Land and Survey Department will continue to invest in human capital and to develop capabilities of its human resource in order to become agile and dynamic. The management is on a roll in a relentless pursuit for continuous improvement in leadership, good teamwork and problem-solving skills. Continuous business process improvement, backed up by human resource development plan where competency-based training is conducted. Contribution by every officer in the department has not gone unnoticed and has yielded dividend. To stay in touch is to reach and connect, and the management values its time to keep in touch with other fellow workers. In many ways, this meeting can sow the seed of teamwork and at the same time fuels the flame of friendship.
That's Land and Survey. Focusing on Land and Survey Information System, which is eLASIS we call it, or eLASIS rather. It is a one-stop virtual office that we would like to have and happen. It is a one-stop transform service delivery to a digital transformation, providing land information with geographic location, cadastral boundaries that overlaid over onto the plotted development on the land with the imaginary base map made easy anytime. The ultimate goal of this system is to bring our services to every home or to every doorstep of Sarawakian. That is our ultimate goal. And the system actually focusing on addressing 7 main components or main pain points of our customer. Mainly, we are talking about the limited time that people will have from 5 or 9 to 5 daily, physical location, then we talk about payment constraint, the physical endorsement or signature to the submission to the authority. Then we talk about the data, the application, and data storage, where we address under this system, and also where we have a situation, no online services during the day, then the people come back from work or working somewhere can have the services at home during their own luxury time at home or your bedroom time, where you can access to our system. And this system is transparent. When we talk about transparent here is no runner needed, no broker needed, no grease needed to have information, because you can interface direct with the system with the information that you need for the particular purpose of the services. Looking back into the mechanic of land and survey eLASIS database, we have actually started with the fundamental data under phase 1, where the system was developed around survey data, computation data, cadastral, revenue, and title registration. Because we know the first thing when people ask about land, the first question is, where is the land? how big the area of the land, how much value would be this land, and what are the transaction value over this land, and who own this land. Immediately, these all pertinent questions about land is answered under this phase 1 of eLASIS. Then subsequently, we developed a phase 2 that focused on the application and services around it. All 4 main components of our services covering land adjudication and administration system, supported by valuation system, planning system, and aerial photography information system, as well as enforcement part of the land, were all put into one phase 2 that supported the fundamental information that we have earlier under phase 1. And one unique characteristic of this system is user-driven approach. What does it mean by user-driven approach? It is as simple as that we tell the vendors what we want and what are the structure that we want, and the vendors will have all the information and the mechanic of it to be shared together with our people, and the user later on can tell us what needed to be improved in this system. Even if the vendors is no longer with us, we can do it ourselves to fit our own purpose that we call user-driven approach. And Alhamdulillah, this system have worked well with us to date to serve the people of Sarawak. And this is how it looks like. We have mobile-based and web version of it. And our mantra is fast, accurate, and reliable, that offers easy registration, secure, and real-time payment channel, instant product download upon payment completion. Under that web services on eLASIS is actually dedicated more to the more data that needed to be uploaded into our system. And basically, this one will be more reliable for the people who are directly involved in this process, likely the town planner, the developer, the survey consultant, the planning consultant, where this offer 10 modules of eMap, eRent, e-lodgement, e-submission, e-search, e-renewal of land leases, permission to deal, check status of land, extraction of data from our survey data, as well as e-strata. And mobile apps that were introduced later, basically giving the same processes or same thing that we have offered under web-based, but mobile data is more friendly. You need not to be an expert in GIS, and mobile data interface to everyone. Now, everyone can use GIS data. Like Asia always said, everyone can fly, even though they have delayed the flight. And that's not much different from this web-based, but basically this system interact or interface direct with everyone in Sarawak. Internally, this system will offer more internal interface because we have some classified information that cannot be shared outside with the other people. And this interface will need to have restricted access control. And this basically mainly for our people inside where are processing. And the beauty about this system is would be able to give you the data for statistical report. In particular, if you talk about state assembly that needs some data or parliament sitting needs some data, you can have it anytime, even in the middle of the night that's supposed to be presented tomorrow morning, all this data would be available for the people internally, for the processing officer internally. And it is free to download, and we have a lot of activity under this, and we have shared under YouTube channel how to go about downloading and how to use it under tutorial YouTube channel under Land and Survey. And it is a GIS centric, where you can zoom in, zoom out, we can import data from other data to the cadastral layer for the purpose of the public as well as the survey firm, advocates, and town planner. And we have all free information earlier. Once logging into the system, you will be given the lot number, the reference of map, and the detail of the lot without asking for it. The only thing that you need to pay is when you ask for extract of title. That one you have to pay. The other information, like Section 47 or 48, or in the case of Semenanjung, Section 4 or Section 8 of the Kanun Tanah Negara, would be available information here. And if you want to have a printout, you can have it at once. If you want to have a full printout where you have to use for the admission to the court of law, we give you 2 days to have it all signed and registered by registrar. And that is a full proof of extract of title that you can produce in the court of law. This is the information that we share, nothing much different from extract and the printout, but extract only bear signature of registrar, but printout you may need it for all transaction that needed on the land information. These apps also allow you to measure the distance on that apps, as well as to measure the area that you need to know how big is the area and the area of interest that you need to know. Then one thing that we would like to share here, this system allow applicant, the public, the survey firm, the consultant, the town planner to know what is the stages of their application, whether it is processed or not processed, where is it, in what section, and who processed it. That immediately giving the area of transparency, governance, integrity. And people, applicant can compare this with our client charter, whether we are into what we promise or we promise for nothing. And it supported strata with 3D, and also information about our NCR, the very sensitive information that we share. And when our premier put it listed under 19 of 81, transformation muted by our premier, we have no problem. We are ready to tango because we have started early with all this information. And statistics show that user online improved when we started this. And of course, when we started in 2014 with this system, user rather go to our counter rather than using web-based, because probably they like to see our beautiful lady at the counter. But this system immediately improved with the transaction as well, improved online. And even during COVID, as you can see, it's over 100% increase, and we have no problem during COVID. And one thing, World Bank doing business report 2020 stood up of all land office in Malaysia and only short of 0.5 point from Singapore under the dispute settling. And it was understood because Singapore is 171 smaller than Sarawak. Then we have maybe have some dispute over the land. But as far as we are concerned, we have the property registry cadastral mapping system allows search by the people and by the staff, as well as unified in a multi-purpose cadastral system. And Alhamdulillah, we have won also award nationally last year. And the way forward, we are not stopping here. We are working on integrated utility mapping database, the 3D model, and the new one that has announced by the Premier last night. We want to have all the integrated data of our soil suitability into our cadastral so that we know whether that land suitable for what purpose tied with our cadastral layer. And before I end, I would like to thank our team, especially our team in Land and Survey in the office. Our Deputy Surveyor Roslan is here. Our Assistant Director Survey, Surveyor Ramzi, and Lim Kinchong and Alicia, the team is here. Without them, this system would not be there. And our partner in digital, Science, the CEO, as well as our team here. We have Ivy, we have a few more other officers that are joining us here. And we have also Sarawak Multimedia Authority, that the enabler for us. Honestly, they have a lot of money here. Without this partner, we cannot do this. And we have the modern service improvement under UPPN Sarawak, the Director Macaroni, as well as we have other officer here under the name of Rafidah and Amelda, and Science. Just now we have Ivy, Mary, Thomas, and Eric Bong. Of course, the Premier Office. And last but not least, Esri. Without Esri, we are not able to do this. And like the saying, if we want to do fast, we do it alone. If we want to go far, we do it together. And without a partner, a man needs a woman to be a partner, and vice versa. And allow me to share what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell us. Do things today better than yesterday, and do things tomorrow better than today. And in our organization, we always believe in this continuous improvement. Then I believe this code is applicable to everybody in the light of continuous improvement. Other than that, apa yang baik itu datangnya daripada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Apa yang kurang baik datang daripada kelemahan saya sendiri. Dan saya, we want to use this platform to benchmark again other best practices, because whatever we do is probably a little thing that improve certain area. There are a lot more other things that need to be done. With that remark, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abdullah bin Julaihi, Land and Survey Department, Sarawak's Director. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, we shall have Q&As. Question number 1. Can you please share with us on how the number of internal and public users have grown over the years, and what were the various initiatives undertaken to grow the usage?
Thank you for the question. How the internal and public users grow over the years. If we look back into the objective of the whole system is to give the service delivery to the people and to transform the traditional way or conventional way of us doing the business in the office with the normal process and procedure. And that data has been proven improving the interface between the people in the office. And when they have this opportunity to see and supported by the data that shown on the processing that improve the process and procedure, that immediately improve the usage of this user. But for public, like I have highlighted earlier in my presentation, we have shared it during our roadshow as well as during our exhibition. And on top of that, we use the technology under our channel YouTube Land and Survey to give the tutorial. And for the lawyer firm and the private developer as well as the town planner and the surveyor, they have all this information ready at their office rather than worry about looking for parking spaces in the Office of Land and Survey, or rather worry about whether it's rain or shine out there. The information is ready at their fingertips. So that immediately will give a proven data statistic, because when you talk about GIS, you talk about data. When you talk about the GIS capability to have all that information from your own place to have the other data from the other places. And this even proven how this improved the user of this system. And I think that's covered. And actually, if you look at our user, tremendously increased from 2014 just now to 2021 to only 421 in 2014 online. They are coming to the office, but online 421 rocket up to 30 over 1,000 in 2022. And that's worked well during the MCO and during pandemic. We have no issue. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And we have one more final question. Did the implementations of eLASIS change perceptions on the potential of using GIS widely in the department? And what other G2C and G2B services are you looking forward to develop?
That's indeed, the answer is clear. The GIS have now, with the implementation of this system, GIS, you need not to be an expert in GIS to have that, or even you don't realize that you actually on GIS capability. It's become, if I may put it into an analogy, the system, this I learned from my mentor. If you start to take a pill today in the morning, a vitamin, you don't have to tell your tongue how to process the pill and your intestine how to swallow the pill up to your stomach and get all that vitamin to all of your body, because the moment you enter into this system that we have offered to the people, the system will take your journey to the one that you want to have at your result that you want. That is how the system works under GIS with this capability of apps. And to answer you, what are the other G2C or G2B? We are working on integrated utility that we are going to tie with our cadastral layer database, and also the 3D city model that we are working on it. And at the same time, we are working on our core station, where the end of the day, the ultimate one is our survey is reference to geocentric, the world, where this data will be very accurate. For those of you who are surveyor, I have seen some tremendous improvement in our studies, and congratulations to you ITM student just now as UTM. And we are working together, collaborated with UTM. And we have signed the memorandum of understanding, and we are working to work with UITM and UTM on this technology. And another one that we want to have is to extend all this information now, where we have extended to other agencies, but now they probably do not know what are the systems that they can have to support Dewan Bandaraya, to support council, etc. And like I said earlier, the state now want us to have the big data on land soil suitability tied direct to our cadastral layer. I think with that, there are a lot more that we're going to do, I'm sure. Like the saying, Rome is not built only one day. And we are going to build this capability of GIS in Sarawak with 12.4 million hectares land with only 2.9 million population scattered. I think all of you will come to Sarawak. You want to find land there, come to Sarawak. We have a lot of land for you to invest there. Thank you very much.